Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're working on Betwist. It's a word game where you can twist the board and get access to other characters to make your words. So today we've got some rules we want to enforce, and then we want to start working on improving our view. All right, so let's see. So I guess in the way of rules, no message for a length of 0, no duplicates. We've got to figure out how we want to make that happen. It could be a warning or not. And then this guessed words. I think I've got one running. Yeah, so I did as many words as I could. But they're in a scroll list and you can only see one at a time, and that's like super annoying. We are going to eliminate these, and maybe I should just do that for now. It'll give us a little more room to work with, and I think that'll be an improvement. I think system name, UI image. I thought there was a way to say ignore it. Okay. And let's get these buttons. Motion controls, we're just going to take those out briefly and run it again. Welcome, Mudgerk. So the two things on my mind, one was putting some sort of button that would sort of indicate, like, pop this out, make it a sheet, I guess. And the other is, should it be 2 columns? I don't know. We made them a little smaller text, so I think that's probably a good thing. Okay, there we go. TREAT. Okay, so we'll fit 3 or 4. BATES. RITER. Okay, there we go. So we got enough to see that there's a little bit of scrolling there. It gave it kind of a minimal thing. I mean, it's got the scroll bar right over the R there. But I think a little like document icon or something like that. So we'll do that with state. We'll start at false. I guess I don't need to say bool if I'm making it false. It's pretty clear. It must be bool. Okay. And on, well, scroll view. I hate to put the size because I know we are going to do Geometry Reader at some point and make things depend on more of the screen size. But let's see. I think we looked, yesterday and got a good symbol. I don't know if document is going to be one to do it. Or maybe something that says up, like chevron dot circle. I don't know. It'd be nice if there was something that said detail. Or maybe the eye. Yeah, maybe an eye to say, look at this. Okay, let's try it. And this should be, I guess it should be an HDAC with that on the left. This really should be a button, I guess, come to that. With the action dot label is the image. Okay. Well, have I done that wrong? Button name tag squiggle label colon. Oh. Okay, and then I guess at the end, we're going to say sheet is presented, show guesses. And then I think I put this here, and I think that should do it. I don't know, I probably should have a spacer in that horizontal stack too. But let's see what happens first. Well, that's kind of annoying. Okay. And I blocked myself off. Oh, there it is. No T. Oh. This is mostly annoying. Is that a legal variant? Yep. Okay, we need another one. T. I don't know if that's a word. Huh. Okay, and then this pops it up. Oh, that's good. That does make sense. All right. Boy, this default color is, ugh, I don't like it. And that I think is accent color. Just defaults in. I don't know if I can. Let me try setting it to white and see what happens. Color is Well, yeah, it's annoying. I don't want to pick something too bizarre and then it doesn't know what to do when it changes to night mode or something. Tint color? That's probably where that's coming from. I don't know. It should pop out a little bit. System gray 6. Yeah, it's a little ambiguous to it, but oh, no, I need to cancel. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go find that document with the magnifying. The magnifying is good. Good. Yeah. That's the easy part. Okay. And then, well, I'm just going to put a frame on this. Now, what I don't know is why this button. Well, I can make it is active. Disabled when game dot guesses dot count no dot is empty. Okay, that'll help a little bit, and maybe it won't be as traumatic or annoying that it's in the middle if there's actually something to look at. Okay, and then this needs a close button. Well, maybe this thing should be its own object, and then I can use the environment dismiss stuff. Let's and then we need the game.gases. Yeah, I think that's just a ref string. This is a close button, so we need a spacer and then a button X. Is that enough? I don't remember how to do it. Let's see. Oh, back. Okay, like that. Okay. I guess we want to make sure the magnifying icon is white or light gray, and only shows up when we have a guess, and the guesses show up reasonably well. Okay. Yeah, Q without a U is pretty useless, isn't it? Move. There are a few words with Q's. Okay, this is white now. I guess that's... Where's my X? Wait. It's right there in a gray, very gray font. What's with that? I'll do that. Okay. Oh, the icon is... it's visible. I guess I don't want disabled. I want something else. Okay. Well, demos. Kuyu O-L-O-E-A-T. I don't think that's a word. Quo or que? Quer? No Y. Don't know. B-A-L-E. I don't know if 1L is a variant. Nope. Okay, well, it turned to white. Oh, how interesting. I did not expect that. Dash. Okay. Why is that so in the corner like that? Does it work? Okay, that's good. Okay. Well, this does not appear to have the width I wanted. Didn't I put that on there? Oh, 100's not very much. Let's try 350. What else? Disabled. I don't want it disabled. I want it invisible. I know that's tricky. Yeah, opacity. Yeah, that's it. Ugh, so weird. It'll take up the same space, but it won't it won't be visible. Okay, game is empty, shows go to 0, else 1. Okay. What else? I think that's it. Oh, we probably want to mess with our text. There's some option to get, like, I'd like it to try and shrink a little bit and stuff like that. Well, ONG. Wow, one E. Yeah. Okay. He's very wide then if he's pushing him this far. So, well, 300's better. Is glant a word? Oops. Oops. L G L A N. No way back to gland. Okay. LOCOS. Cloud alpha. Yeah, you probably can. Maybe I should disable it too. I don't have a way to get rid of words. This one you can get like six words out of it. I'm not getting any long words. OF. I don't know, these forward and backward ones, you definitely get used to looking for them in Boggle. I was hoping for spin it. 3, 4 N's touching each other, 4 O's touching each other. Spindle. Not quite. Dirndl? D-I-R-N-D-L? No. Well, that's enough. We can see. Okay. Not a lot of long words. I'm not that great at it. Okay. Yeah, let's disable it too. Let me make sure it is disabled. I don't know. We think it's over here somewhere. I don't know, maybe it is. If it's not visible. Yeah, I think it's okay. All right. Well, that's progress. I guess I want to make that 300. Okay. We'll run it one more time. I did find another list of letters, but I kind of lost the window. All right, what do we got? PHO. I don't think this is a very good board. Look at all these vowels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 25 is not vowels. That seems a little better. It's not jammed in so bad. Foo, goo. No. No. Perfrup. Goet. My. I don't think this is legit. That's more cat speak. P. Whoop. P R A. Wow. I don't. Oh, here's one. Feet. That's pretty bad. Poof. Who knew there were so many oof words? Okay. I think that's okay. Heat. H-E-E-T. No, I think H-E-A-T probably is what they want. P-U-R, P-U-F, P-U-A. None of those sound like anything. And yeah, if we get all these vowels, it's just all vowels. I've had questions about the distribution of letters, and I think that's kind of where I am. I think we need a new list. Where the heck was I finding that? Let me bounce you away for just a minute. No, yeah, this game teaches you that for sure. I don't know. They get these words. It's like, this could be a word, and it is. Okay, dumb luck. All right. I don't see the listing. Well, let's do a search. Maybe I can find a page that's like that. Distribution of Boggle letters. Well, Someone had one that showed the old and the new. Maybe this. No. Is this one? No. I keep finding the same article. I know I started at the Wikipedia article, but oh, there it is. That's the one I'm after. This one, I think the thing that that's not so obvious about the way they use the dice is that because like here they make sure EE are on the same one and here's two E's, so you don't get too many E's all at once. You know, they're doubled up on a lot of these. But I'm going to say let's try this distribution and see if we like the words it's giving us. I think more T's would be a good thing. I think more H's is a good thing. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. Is that 11? Well, I don't even need to think about it, do I? I can just paste. Okay, so the E's. It's the same. That was the same. A little more S's. A lot more T's. 3 D's. 4 R's. 3 U's. 2 B's, 2 C's, 2 G's. 5 H's. Well, 2 M's, 2 B's, 3 Y's. That's true. That could be a factor too. We have a bigger grid because we let you go around the corners. 2 F's, 1 K, 2 V's. 3 W's. J, Q, X, Z. I'm pretty sure those are all 1. Q, J. Okay, let's just run a board with that. I mean, I think about, well, I mean, somewhere between third and half. Well, this looks a lot better. Maybe could use a little more vowels. T. Teared for the weight thing. Can I get falter? F-A-F-L-T-E. No R. D. D-R-E-A. I wanted an M. Yeah, D-R-E-A. I can touch the M. No. Mead. Oh, yeah, it's wrong order. A-F-T-E. Afted? I don't know. Rafted? Whoops. That backing up thing pays off. Okay. Crafted, brafted. Yeah. Okay, that gives us enough to scroll. Okay, not bad. I mean, in the long run, I mean, 2 columns would look better with these words like this, but something was funny when it was 100 and it did the dashes. Let's figure out what that is about. Text Swift UI maybe is enough. Yeah. I know they have these things that tell it how to go smaller. Text scale. Truncation mode. Oh, that's different. Text scale. No, I could have sworn there was something that would tell you to hyphenate or shrink the text or what's I don't think that's a good search term. Is there a hyphenate automatically? Yes. How do you turn it off? I don't know that. I really want it to shrink text. Yeah, that's kind of the question I have. Shrink up to a certain limit on one or several lines. Scale to fill? Not needed with iOS 16. Okay, that would shrink it. I'm going to change this back to 100 so we can see the effect of it, though. Fixed size prevents text truncating. Yeah, I don't want that. Well, I'm not sure. Bikers. That should be long enough. Oh, not quite. I guess I should have gone very short. THERE. We got therefore, thereby. Bench, bite. There's no two T's together. No D handy. And just, there it is. Okay, it did not shrink. maybe scale to fit is just the word I want. And I'm going to shrink it a little more just so we get a better chance. So that's easier than me trying to figure out a 8-letter word, I guess. Oh, scale to fill. Oh, it's gone. Okay. Use geometry reader. Yeah, thanks. Unless you set, oh, interesting. Where do you set adjust fonts to size width? Font, minimum scale, frame. Font, minimum scale, frame. Adjust font size to fit width. That sounds promising, but I don't. Oh, is that a Swift UI, a UI kit thing? Yes. That's my question. Okay. Well, let's see what this gives us. Failed to send CA event for app launch measurement. I don't think we're measuring. Oh, maybe it doesn't apply because it can't have a line limit. Oops. Because we don't do line limit 1 because we want multiple lines. So, oh, allows tightening true. Okay. That'll help a little. Now this thing looks short on vowels to me. Well, they're all down on the bottom. I have a lot of I's. S-L-I-T. Try, entry, century, bend. I think it's bream is the fish, but breen, no. Well, slice, no E, okay. B-I-V-E. I don't think that's a word. Z-O-T-Z-O-N. Z-O-N-E-R. There we go. Okay, let's do your tightening thing. Oh, thanks. Clearly I'm not finding them. Two Z's. Oh, it's not enough. I don't know if it squeezed the space any, but it... The dash was better. Beefs. Sweet, few. Maybe a word, yeah. No, I think we were better off where we were. The only thing I can do, though, one thing I can do, I should say, is use a different font size. I got title. What's title 2? I don't know if title 2 is smaller. I like the font they're using for that. That's all right. Yeah, I want that double click. Notice. Okay, that's enough to see. Nothing really long. Close button on Swift UI sheet. Done button. Yeah, maybe a done button would do it. Probably only tight if it can make the space fit in the space. Yeah, you're probably right. I think the smaller font will minimize the problem a bit. I'll go back to 300 here, and let's put a done button on this. And did he do anything fun? That was presentation style. No. Bordered. Okay. I think we've got enough to check in anyway. Well, I guess I haven't been this very well. Find myself wishing for more R's. G-R-L-E-R. I don't know about F-I-T-E. No. Zaft, Zeft, A's, Bays, Lays. And Hunt. Okay. Yeah, that's tolerable. Okay. So I'm sure somebody could steer me better on these. I notice this space seems awfully big now. Let's do something wrong. DI. Yeah, something's funny there. All right, but I think we've done enough to check in. Let's check in and capture everything. Okay, so we made guesses list able to pop out and dismiss. Well, we tweaked rendering. Oh, did we not check that in? I thought we did. We hid motion controls. Yeah. Oh, geez, we really did not check in. Wow, that was yesterday's. Now, I don't know. This is again where I really wish I had something that would tell me the words that really are there. My automatic cheater. We don't have a T where I wanted. Okay. Okay, no duplicates. I think this one you noticed last night was kind of annoying. Okay, so this one is if I just spit that out, it says word too short. And I think the real thing is you can't commit a guess if your guess is length 0. Where's game? Oh, game does commit, right? Or collect. So collect checks the message empty. Where's validate called? Content view. Yeah, that would be nice. Kind of cheating, but nice. Okay, so the question to me is, should I guess validate? Yeah, something like that would be nice. I mean, maybe yeah, the suggestion button, and maybe it costs you some points to do it or something like that every time you hit it. Well, let's see what validate says. I guess one thing would be if the guess count is 0. If I would say it's almost too short. It's not even a word. Yeah, I think it's kind of on both. I think well, I don't know. In a way, I think collect should just ignore it, but validate has to ignore it too. Otherwise, collect won't ignore it. I mean, it's not really too short of a word because it's not a word yet. I mean, it's not a partial word even. It's just a blank. So I think if validate said, I don't care if it's 0, and if collect said, if you send me a 0, I'm just going to ignore it. I think that would do it. Okay, so let's get a game. Empty word gets no message. All right, so no selects. We just have a game. We validate, and we expect is empty. Well, I think we do have to block it if it's empty. I think it's only red if it's invalid. So there's no word to highlight, so it's not going to be a problem. Okay, here's still testing. What have I done? Annoying. Okay, good. And then validate if guess.count greater than 0 and less than self. Word too short. All right, that passed. Okay, let's just run that and we'll see why I think it's not quite right. I think if I select it, if I just say hit, it's going to add it. Oh, it's not. Why not? Oh, well, one thing is, once you get that first one, you can't get back to 0 length. Once I do one, let me rethink this. So he said word's too short. I don't know why he says word is too short. He starts empty, right? Is that true? Grid. Well, selection is empty. Should vocabulary also use minimum size? I could see an argument for it, but I'm just puzzled why that. Where'd it go? Let's run this again. So if I hit submit here, I mean, how is that coming out? Oh, it's not a word. Okay. No, that's absolutely true. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this, I think now, it's kind of like collecting empty word gets ignored. Now, another way would be to change it so when it starts up maybe like this one selected, whatever's in the middle or the corner or something. Or is validate, maybe validate's not quite right. I mean, maybe we should say if the guess is 0, then just bail out. I think that passes our test just as well. Okay. Now, maybe we'll get something I expect. Now I think we'll get an empty word in our list. Yep. Well, you can't see it, but it's there. Oh, let me put a little padding on that button. Okay, so, and I think you can probably put it there twice. And I think we can see it. Let's get a real word. Twine. Oh, maybe not. No. Okay. Let's see. Why is that? So collect. If the message is empty, it continues and inserts the guess. Let me stop there. I guess I gotta run again to get that initial condition. Need to set the message to empty space to stop collecting. Well, I think collect should have a check if it needs it. Like, okay. Print guess. Excuse me. Okay, that should be an empty string, but guess is an array of string. So something when it forms the page, it does dot joined, maybe joined. No, this guard is for the message. So if the message is not empty, we won't collect. But we just got rid of the message. We used to be non-empty in this case, and now we're not. So I'm not sure. Let's see. Go back here, contact view, and I think even this, right? We do guesses joined by new lines. Does that deal with empty cases? I mean, I guess I should be happy, but I'm surprised. Okay, I think I can check this. All right, let's do it again. And we'll skip again. And then let's do a real one. Who? Pate? Potter for father. Okay, yeah, now I want to look at guesses. It really does have those. Yeah, I think that's all we want to do is guard the guesses not empty, otherwise return. Cool. All right, let's continue. And we'll do another test on the game. Collecting empty word gets ignored. Yeah. We'll make a game. But I think we could also say expect messages empty is probably good. Game.message should be empty. Okay. This will fail. I hope. And it is empty. Okay. Fail on this line, but not the other. Okay. Right. So it did pick up the empty one. All right. So now guard message is empty and guess is empty knotted. So the message is empty and the guess is not. Good. All right. File found private. Really? I don't know why. Attributes violation. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, and run. Now, I don't think we'll see different behavior, but inside the representation is correct now. It doesn't take those empty guesses. So we'll click save a couple ways, and there shouldn't be any messages. And when we put in a real word, it should just be right. Have I blocked it? No. Okay, so nothing. I don't mind that. And then is shit a word? Okay, and then we look and it's got that, and the padding's nicer too. Okay. No duplicates. Tap last letter submits partial word. Yeah, maybe you're right. That almost says I should just skip it here. Yeah, it definitely will look better if it's not doing anything in that case. Yeah. Okay. JLT. Braille. Print line. I feel like I should be able to get Helter somewhere, but I don't see it. That does seem odd. 3 H's in a row. That's like we're generating random numbers and 25 numbers and 3 of them in a row. I forget how many H's we have, but I think it's 5. But what man? Holistic, holier. No. Print. Yeah, I'm still, for being extra long, I don't see a lot of words. THER, we don't have a vowel in front. No. Okay. Okay. Tap last letter submits partial word. Excuse me. Well, I think before we do it, let's refactor this a tiny bit. Guess this view should come into its own structure. I think, is it because of that? Oh, good one. I'm not sure how to say it. exactly, but um, I'm thinking of the partial word as the word you're collecting up top. Maybe it should just say submits word is probably just as clear. It's doing any validation or any of that stuff. It's just a faster way to enter. So if I hit the last one, I get the word. Why is this being? I don't know if he's going to do it. No, he's just not going to do it. Okay. Guesses view. Well, he kind of did it. This should import Swift UI. Okay. That all is fine. All right. Now, I don't think selection is going to be the thing that does it. Because selection knows when it's already there. Backing up is one thing, but open. So this tells us on the grid. Possible to change the action of the last selected letter. Not in selection, I don't think. Because when you, well, all it's doing is it's building up the word, but it doesn't have any knowledge about, like, there's no action it's taking because that word is built. I think it really is on the game to do this. Well, show callers, game select. Okay, yeah. So I think if you've selected, I think this is the place that has to decide. It's not so much the UI, but the game. Because normally you click select, I mean, you click a button, you're going to call select with that location. But I think this is the point at which you know, well, do we know the last location? I mean, selection could know that. It doesn't. Oh, it does. Okay, yeah. So we can ask the selection, is this the same as the last? So I think a game is the right place for this. And what is he going to do if he is? Well, he's going to call collect. Is that gonna work? I guess I should not have closed content view. Okay, so collect word. So maybe it is the UI that has to know. Right, he does have to validate, so he's got to do all that stuff. And presumably we want the animations the same. Let's collect word. Game select. Well, I don't know. Is it here if location of row column is the same as game selection dot last? When the letter is drawn, does it get an action? No. I mean, it's the state, the color of it is determined by this, which I think has a little selector case statement in it. Yeah. So it's got format to it, but it's not not doing an action per se. Well, the way we're structured now, that the only place that it knows, like here, is really the only place that has access to the UI, so it can call that collect word. So I don't know, is that weird? No, collect word is just a plain old function, right? I mean, he's doing a bunch of... Well, it is with animation, but that's not a UI thing per se. Well, I guess I'm gonna make it a UI thing. We may have to pass through last. I want to say if game dot double tap. Should submit based on row and column. Then something else, something. We shouldn't submit, we should select. Okay, and this doesn't exist. He needs a location. Okay, we'll stop there and backfill a test to it. Content view. Okay, so I'm gonna make a location and pass it. I'm going to make a location manually and pass it. Okay, if we feel like we should submit, all right. Now we're not doing anything. This should be a kind of a null action. It always says don't do a double click. So I'll run something, double click, and we'll make sure that's not blowing up or collecting or anything. Tap doesn't do anything. Okay. So selecting here does. All right. Well, we're due for a break. So let's take a break and we'll come back in and we will make should submit work. And that should solve that. All right. See you in 3 or 4 minutes. Oh, welcome back. I guess I never hit go away. All right. So let's put some tests on a game. Okay, deselect all, collect. So here's some selecting. Okay. So we want to know that. I think I want a better name for this thing. I think it's like selecting last cell or something like that, maybe. We'll start with an easy one. If nothing is selected, it should not return true. Make a game and game dot select no. Of location 00. No, maybe is last cell selected? Was matches? Working on the name. Okay. Game last location selected was location 00. That should be false. Okay, let me change this name. Okay. And that test should fail. No, test should pass by default. This will give us a borderline or a boundary. I don't know the right name. It's sort of a protective test because we're protecting a situation. Wow, I just had a power flicker. I hope I'm still broadcasting. Okay, good. But let's select something, and then that should be easier to say. Okay, if we select 0, selecting the last cell, true, maybe it's correct. Well, true only if location matches. Okay, so we'll make a game, select location 0. I guess that's all kind of set up. And if you've selected location 0 and you go to check, was the last thing I selected 0? 0, 0? Okay, true. Was it 0, 1? No. Does it matter if there are 2 letters selected? I don't think it's going to matter because the state really only depends on the last thing. Okay, that could be var with let. I don't care. Okay. So, all right. So I think this should just check. Well, he wants to say, does selection dot last equals location. Good. Now I think that just is going to work because we already kind of set up the situation a little bit. Another Q. You know, old Boggle used to have QU by default, and I think maybe I should do that too. But even if I did, I don't think I have a way to use it. LAQUER, I need a C. LACQUER. It does seem a little scant on vowels now. Biley, not Biley, nose, non. Well, none. That'll get us started. Oh, he doesn't connect? Oh, no, he doesn't. Wow. EXE Rexy Lane LAIN N. Okay. Yeah. Boy, this is a tough board. Wint, no. Snow, snot, tons. Blang. Jangle, no E. Wings, okay, that's good. Oops, other one. W-I-N-G-S. Whoops. Tings, wings, wingle, wingnut, no. Ting, ning, I sings. Racing, no, can't get over the sea. What we got? Not a lot. Langs, Wex, Rex, exert, no. Whew. Yeah, we're gonna need a new game button somewhere because that's pretty rough. Earrings? Oh, okay. Look at all those N's. Ugh. Pint. I don't know if piner is a word. Yeah, one who pines. Core. It's funny, I can see computer terms and software process terms like plans pop out to me very easily, but there's certainly something going on over here. Knit, tiner, pine, tiner. I don't know. I guess I need to find one and double click it and make sure I'm still happy. Nip. High hint. Ooh, nice picture. R. Good one. Okay. Except I forgot to do that again. B-O-R-E-E. Okay. Good. I think we're smoothing out some UI things. This is good. Double tapping the last letter submits the word. And that's the kind of message I like. It's fairly short and it makes sense to a user reading that, even though they don't read Git logs. But I want to focus on things at that level when I can. I can't always. I'll say double tap. All right, now no duplicates. I'm fine. I don't necessarily have to make an error out of it. I mean, it's not necessarily an error to write the same one twice. It's just like, oh, you wasted your time. So I guess I wonder, there's a, is it ordered? Is there an ordered set? There's an ordered dictionary. Set Swift. It might be in that algorithms package. Yeah. Okay. Swift collections. Okay. So we insert append. Yeah, so ordered set knows the ordered things got added in. Now, I don't know what happens if you add... if I add the same one twice, maintains insert order. So I almost think it's the backwards order is what we want. Check if the guesses contain the guess and either remove the previous one or don't add the new one. I guess that's true. Yeah, we could do it that way. That's all right. I mean, the guesses, it gives guesses a little more intelligence, but that's fine. And I think the other thing we could do is we could also move it to the front if it was there. I think that would be all right. Yeah. Okay, so I think what that would involve is game again. Because he has this, but now we're saying that should get wrapped into a fancier class that checks things and stuff like that. So if it contains it, remove the other one or don't add the new one. Yeah, one way or the other we can make those go. All right, so I want to make a guesses object. So I'm going to call this no. Well, I do want to make a guesses object. I don't know how I want to get it in there. It's sort of, I basically want to do an extract of this data into a guesses object. So I'm going to say var guesses equals guesses. Oh, wait, have I checked in? Let's make sure. Oh, no, I'm okay. That was just a to-do. Okay, so var guesses equals guesses. Now there's duplicate there, but that's okay. Let's just put it in here. New file. Okay. Guesses. And then game. So now I want to let the compiler tell me what I have to fix. Okay, but we'll give it this. This element sort of moves in for free. And then anybody else who talks about guesses, they're problematic. Okay, it's not a lot. Okay, there is somebody else is referencing it because the view must. All right. But we want to insert this code, right? We're going to move this code over to a method over there. Okay. And I'm going to say it's prepend guess of string. Yeah, good guess. Okay. Thank you, AI. Mutating func. Guesses, inserts guess at that. Okay. Okay. So that's good. That's gone. All right, and then somebody must be broken because content view or one of those must reference it. Okay, is empty. And he wants that. Okay. Let's do his empty first. Okay. Now this thing wants guesses, so let's make it take our guesses. All right, and then the compiler should complain again. Okay. Well, this to me is really, we could ask the guesses for that. Okay, so let's do guesses. Let's give it an as string. Okay, and I don't want that one. I really want guesses joined. Do I need this string here? Right, yeah, because I want to return a string, I'm going to have to stringify it. Okay. Game.guesses dot as string. And I don't need this string now because we did that already. Now, where was the other one? No, I guess that's our local one. Yeah. Okay. Should be description. That's a nice. Yeah, that's a good point. Like custom string convertible, right? I think that'll help because things pick up on that. Okay, should be running. All right, so cook. All right, and call. Right, there's CEMENTED. No. Okay, a couple words. That's all right, and let's do the same word again. Now, CEMENT. Yeah, okay, that proves the duplication's a problem, but we've successfully extracted the class from an array of strings. But I like your idea that guesses, and I think I can do extension guesses is custom string convertible. It's going to return that. Okay, and then the callers of this. Now guesses is custom string convertible, so we don't need that at all. A string, as string, guesses dot as string. And this goes away. Now, the other thing this is doing, well, no, I guess the guess is the string array was on game, so we know that's okay. Huh. I thought it defaulted to asking for the description if it was custom string convertible. When converting any instance. String describing. No, I guess not. Okay, well, we'll put a description in. At least it's a swiftier function. I almost got Knuth. Hill. Look at the H's. Fro. No. Hunt. O-L-I. No C. Frolic is not a word. H-A-I. Oh, well, here. T-R-I. Nish, Knish. Is that a food? Verbatim could be other types too. Yeah, it could be. All right. So we don't enforce the rule yet. Okay, let's add that. We can push this though. Refactor, rename as string to description. Okay, and now on guesses, well, let's put a test in for this thing. And right now it inserts the new word at the beginning. good guess. I'll take it. Oh, bar. Game.guesses. Oh, interesting. Let's make it a description. Expected. Oh. This kind of tests description as well as prepend. It's the visible effect we can get. Okay. In search words, in moves duplicate word to the beginning. Good idea. Well, guesses has no member count. Oh, okay. Guess we don't care. Okay, so one should pass, one should fail. Yeah, you're right. If we want to prove it goes to the front, we should definitely have two things in there. I mean, we could split it into two tests, but I'm okay. Okay, we got fish sticks fish, so it didn't worry about duplication, and we want fish sticks out of it. Okay, so guesses. Well, I like your idea that if we remove it first, should be a remove where. Remove all where is fine. $0 dot equals guess. Okay, so we're removing any existing guesses and we're prepending this one. Good. You probably can't see, but I've got a little bug right in my face. Okay, stern. Let's try it again. Even if it's different positions, it's still the same word. Okay. And I'm not going to put an error. It's not bad. TT. Styles. Okay. Do we want to show the number of words? Yeah, I think we do. And I think it may be that, well, we want something. I don't know if it's going to be the count of words or some sort of score, but I'm thinking maybe kind of symmetric to this, we put the score. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if stilter is a word. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think one of the things we want to do is get some sort of score going, and maybe it's 7 at 112 points or something. So, Now this one, I don't know the words, but it sure seems like there ought to be something here. You got a good mix of letters that seem like they should have words in them. Oh, it moved frets to the top. Yeah, good point. TS. Yeah, okay. And it's not in there anymore. Good. Yeah, this is great. Okay. I think we've only got 15 minutes-ish left. I'm not going to try and do this geometry reader thing because that's really reorganizing the whole structure of it. The demo mode's a little big too. Prefixes, that's a little bit big. I think I want to just do some refactoring. And I know I saw it. Where did I see it? Well, maybe we can just go through things and see what we see. Location's very low level. I'm going to remove motion controls. We're not calling it now. It got us going until we had the swiping. And content view still references it, maybe. I think I commented it, yeah. Okay, so what did I see? There was location. Oh, grid. Something grid, letter grid. Yeah, this is the one I saw. So we have these three functions. They're really low level compared to grid. I mean, grid's not that big a class, but the question has neighbors of this location and that location makes reference only to the size. So I think this could have location could have a has neighbor within size to it too. So let's kind of extract a method for that. Well, no, this method is probably the one. We're going to move this over to location. Okay, has neighbors. And anywhere we say location one, we're going to say self. Like that. And then this can become other. Okay, and then he also needs a size. And I don't know, maybe we call it wrap here too. So does a location have neighbors? Well, if they're close, which also needs to move, no? Is close other. I feel like I missed out a move or something here. Where'd letter grid go? Now, who calls this? Grid has neighbor's location. Well, I'm confused. That's what we just moved, isn't it? It's close to location 2. Oh, I don't know who calls this then. Nobody. And then who calls this? Is close. Nobody. Okay, this is already getting better. Okay, so has neighbors location 1, location 2 should be location 1 dot has neighbors location 2 and wrap size. And I'm hoping we've done that right and everything works. Well, who's calling is close. That might be able to be private now. Yeah. Well, we'll let it build. Okay, so this is location to int, and this is close int to int. Okay. And then I think I'll move this up to be near those. And we'll make it a little more top down. Oh, no, this is more top down. Okay. So this has neighbors, uses is close with location, which uses is close with index. It might, well, I could see inlining this one. You have neighbors. If you're close to them, so let's take this out now. If your row is close and your column is close, you're close. That makes sense. Wow. Okay. I think that's all tests. I think most of them could test has neighbors and be just as good off. Is close with locations. Yeah, let's try making these neighbors. Should be has neighbor singular, but we'll get there. The only one that might be funny is if we have one that checks the exact same location because we made a difference there. Okay. Hopefully that's all of them. Has neighbor. I don't know if is adjacent to might be a better name, or touches. Neighbors. Location 1, neighbors, location 2. That kind of sounds okay. Has neighbor. I think I'll leave it has neighbor. That's neighbors makes me think I would get a list of neighbors, and I don't want to convey that. And we'll just peek through. I think selection was pretty good. It's a little longer. But that's not bad. Twister we just did. I think that's all right. Vocabulary is pretty simple. I'm going to skip the UI because we're doing that next time. Block selection, select. I just don't know. I feel like we get a lot of H's. Six style. We just did this one. Our nice little operator. Okay. Well, I think we'll stop there then. Yeah, rename does seem a lot better. Well, I don't know if it's just faster at indexing or whatever, but it definitely had the impression that if it was indexing while you try to do a rename, it blocked it and got all off kilter and everything. But this seems pretty good. Okay. Well, we did several really nice things to improve the usability. The guest words, you really do want to know them. Sort of a corner case. Double tap gave us a little bit different implementation there. It's not very discoverable, but I think if you do it, you'll go like, wait, what? Okay, cool. And we did the no duplicates thing. I think that's good now, but I think it's going to be really good if we do this feature to include the prefixes for free. So what did you have, wingnut or something before? Wing is a prefix of it. It's a word in the dictionary. I don't have a good way to get it, but I guess you could filter. You could run through the list of words and filter any that match. Well, they are a prefix of it, I guess. Yeah. There is a prefix method in Swift. Okay. I'll be back next week, Monday through Thursday, as far as I know. 2 to 4:30 p.m. Eastern or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. All right. Thanks, Mudshark, for your comments and suggestions today, as always, and have a good weekend. Bye-bye.